Hello and welcome everybody to our special course, The Ultimate Performance of Network Systems. My name is Daniel and I work for the MA Lighting International Tech Support. In the next couple of minutes, we want to talk about network systems in the entertainment lighting industry. And we will see that networking is not always the complex and big thing with many devices, lots of connections and a very complex infrastructure, but it can start with two devices which are combined, and we will see that we have some clever and compact devices to combine with several tools we can use in the network to get the full performance we know from bigger systems as well, including external signals and visualization, for example. So let's have a look at our agenda, what we are talking about. First of all, we want to talk about networks in general, and we will see that of course we have complex networks with a lot of devices, a big infrastructure, and depending on the house networks, sometimes a little bit like a black box where we do not know what to do and we do not know how to configure and how to connect all these devices in between. But on the other hand, we will also see that we can build up a simple network with already two devices. And that's what we want to do today. We want to keep the network simple. This is the first point of our agenda. In the second stage, we want to have a look at some devices offered by MA Lighting and especially on the Granma 3 on PC range. Here we will see that we can combine some clever devices to build up a very simple and a very easy control system, which helps you especially in the small to mid-sized lighting projects. But we will also see that we can scale our system, so we can combine those different devices to come up to a maximum parameter count we can control of 4096 DMX parameters. But we will come back to this in a few minutes. Sometimes, of course, we want to use external signals as well. And we will see that even with a small control system, there is a device which can help us to import external signals to our system, like MIDI or timecode. And of course, sometimes we want to use visualization as well, especially external visualizers. We will see how to do this with a special device offered by MA Lighting as well. Last but not least, we come to our training and support, and we have a look where this can help you when you have a system by MA Lighting. Let's start with some network descriptions. Of course, we all know some very complex network environments like this one, where you can see three different lighting consoles working in a multi-user session connected with different network switches. We have some processing units where we can enable some more parameters to our system. And of course, we have some DMX nodes where we can put out our DMX signal at special places. Sometimes we also have some triggers from external devices, like some show triggers with OSC, so open sound control, or we have to control some media servers using different network protocols. Of course, this leads to a quite complex network infrastructure sometimes. Another example where we have also some multi-user consoles or working as a backup solution. Sometimes we have some more DMX nodes where we put out our DMX signal at different places. And sometimes we have additional control devices where we can have additional faders to control some actions from a different place in our fixed installation or a theater, for example. And as we mentioned in the agenda already, sometimes we do not know our IT network because it's the house network and the IT guys took care of it. And in between, we want to connect some different places where we have our lighting control. So imagine some TV studios, and we want to connect them via the house network. But in between, in the IT network, we do not know what's going on. All of these examples show us quite complex network infrastructure where we have to handle different protocols, where we have to handle a lot of devices, and where we have to know what's going on in our network very detailed. But we could also keep the network simple. And a simple network starts already with two devices. On the left hand, we can see just a small computer or a laptop hosting the Granma 3 on PC software. The Granma 3 on PC software is just a free software to download from our homepage, malighting.com, where you get exactly the same software which is running on all the different consoles as well. So you can start using the on-PC for free and program your show and save your show files and use this show file afterwards on the bigger systems, for example. But you can also combine this on-PC software by connecting it to an on-PC node you can see on the right side now. This is a node which enables us to put out our DMX signal, so it converts the Ethernet data, so the network data, to DMX, and it enables some parameters for the Granma 3 on-PC software. In this case, we have a 4-port node with 4096 parameters, so we could connect it to our laptop, to our computer, and we can control real 4096 parameters directly. You can imagine that for some small to mid-sized projects, this is a parameter number which is totally fine. And you can see that we can start with a really simple network with already 2 devices. As you could see, a simple and easy network already starts with 2 devices, a computer and a node, for example. With the Granma 3 on-PC solutions, we can provide some very clever, compact and easy devices to combine within our network and to build up an easy control system. Let's have a look at the Granma 3 on-PC range. As we've already mentioned, we can simply download the Granma 3 on-PC software from our homepage malighting.com. Then we can connect the on-PC software with different on-PC products to unlock parameters. So per default, the on-PC software does not enable parameters, but you can already use the full functionality to program your show. So you can set up your patch, you can bring up your 3D environment and everything you need to run your show later on connected to some on-PC products, or if you have some bigger shows running on our bigger systems with the bigger consoles, for example. The amount of DMX outputs varies with each on-PC product. So you can have different on-PC products which enable different numbers of parameters. And you get the full Granma 3 software functionality, means you can control the parameters like you could do with the bigger systems as well. So you have no compromise in feature sets. And the range of products allows you to make the right choice for each budget or individual needs. So you can start with the smallest up to mid-sized projects using the on-PC software combined with one of the on-PC products. Let's have a look at the products in detail. A special device within the Granma 3 on-PC range is the Granma 3 on-PC Command Wing XT you can see right next to me. It provides the command section from the bigger consoles and an MA motherboard inbuilt with the pre-installed Granma 3 on-PC software. That means you just connect the screen and you can start programming with the 4096 parameters, which is the maximum for the on-PC range. Let's have a look at the technical specifications. The Granma 3 on-PC Command Wing XT is the console solution in the on-PC range. That means it is a real-time control for 4096 parameters, which is the maximum in the on-PC range. It has a pre-installed on-built in MA motherboard, which hosts the Granma 3 on-PC software and offers the same command section as the bigger consoles or the Granma 3 on-PC Command Wing we will have a look at in a minute. It has several connectors like 2 DMX outputs and 2 Ethernet gigabit connectors. And we can connect up to 4 external screens using the DisplayPort connectors at the back side. So it is a powerful control solution on the road for small theaters, installations, shows and clubs. It can also be an ideal backup solution in a Granma 3 system. All Granma 3 on-PC products are capable to back up a Granma 3 system with bigger amounts of parameters. So when you have a bigger console and you connect it with a Granma 3 on-PC system, the on-PC system can be a backup solution and can handle all these parameters even if the bigger console fails. With the Granma 3 on-PC Command Wing XT, you also have all inputs and outputs of a big Granma 3 console available, like DMX, MIDI, Ethernet, timecode and analog remote control. The Granma 3 on-PC Command Wing looks very similar to the on-PC Command Wing XT. It is a real-time control for 2048 parameters in combination with the Granma 3 on-PC software. It has no pre-inbuilt motherboard, but you can connect it to any laptop or PC which hosts the Granma 3 on-PC software. So you have the same command section as the on-PC Command Wing XT and the bigger consoles. You get, for example, 29 rotary RGB backlit encoders, the 5 dual encoders you know from the bigger consoles, or a level wheel where you can control all the dimmer values of your selected devices. All the faders, exactly the same as with the on-PC Command Wing XT, are motorized, so there is no need to grab the fader position when you change to a different fader page. In total, this small and compact device offers 40 separate playbacks you can use directly. And it can be combined with all the other on-PC products to get the maximum of 4096 parameters as well. As an additional control device in the on-PC range, we offer the Granma 3 on-PC fader wing. It is a real-time control for 2048 parameters in combination with the on-PC software, and of course can be expanded to the maximum of 4096 parameters as well. It has 2 DMX connectors and 1 USB connector to connect to a laptop or a computer with the Granma 3 on-PC software. With the on-PC fader wing, you get 20 rotary RGB backlit encoders, 10 motorized 60mm faders, and in total 40 separate playbacks. So of course this can an expansion to the on-PC command wings, or it can be a separate playback solution when you use the on-PC software and you want to have some faders to control your pre-programmed sequences. Next to the control solution, we also offer nodes. These are the Granma 3 on-PC export nodes. They transfer the Ethernet, so the network data, to DMX to control your devices directly. They are equipped with a powerful processor and a 1000 Mbit Ethernet connection to ensure the most reliable and stable Ethernet to DMX and vice versa conversion. That means you can also use them as a DMX input to our system. All of these nodes are capable of handling MANET 3, which is our internal network protocol, MANET 2 for the former Granma 2 system, streaming ACN and ARPANET data. And, which is important for installations of course, they are available as Power over Ethernet devices as well. At the bottom you can see the different nodes, which are the 8-port node with 8 DMX outputs, 4-port node and 2-port node with 4 or 2 DMX outputs. The 8-port node and the 4-port node enabled 4096 parameters to our on-PC system. The Granma 3 on-PC 2-port node offers 2048 parameters. This is also represented by the 4K and the 2K in the names of the on-PC nodes. For the special requirements of installation mounting, these Granma 3 on-PC nodes are available in a DIN rail version as well. The DIN rail housing allows for an easy and time-saving mounting in fixed installations of any kind and can be entirely powered by Power over Ethernet as well. Like all the on-PC nodes, they are configurable from any console or on-PC station within your network session to provide easy access to DMX output or DMX input. On the right side you can see the different devices, and as for the normal on-PC nodes, they are available as an 8-port, a 4-port and a 2-port node. You can see the connections are realized via terminals, and the 4K and 2K again indicates how many parameters these on-PC nodes enable to our on-PC network. As we already mentioned, we can combine all these different on-PC devices together in our network. And we can scale our system. That means we can start with 2000 parameters and go up to the maximum of 4096 parameters in our on-PC session. Let's have a look at a few examples how to scale our system. This is now the point where we can get the ultimate performance of our network in the entertainment lighting control, because we can decide the size of our system, we can scale it. And we start with the smallest possible one, for example. We have a Grandma 3 on PC, on a laptop or a PC on the left side, and we connect it to a Grandma 3 on PC 2-port node 2K. So you know that this node enables 2048 parameters for our on PC software. This means we can control 2048 DMX parameters directly with a very small and simple system. Remember, with the Grandma 3 on PC software, we get the full software functionality. So there is no feature missing. We have all the possibilities we have with the bigger consoles and with bigger systems regarding the software features. And when we think of some small installations or projects, these 2048 parameters controlled by the on-PC software can be completely enough for us. But you know, we can scale this on-PC system and we could add a second node. And with this second 2-port node 2K, we add another 2048 parameters to come to the maximum of 4096 parameters. So the on-PC, based on a laptop or a computer, connected to two on-PC 2-port node 2Ks, enable 4096 parameters for direct control. This is the ultimate performance of scaling your network. Let's take the on-PC software on a laptop and add a Grandma 3 on-PC command wing. You remember we connect this device via USB to our computer and we have the full command section of the bigger consoles and in total 40 separate playbacks we can use directly. And this on-PC command wing enables 2048 parameters already. So we could use the two DMX outputs on the backside and control these parameters directly. Maybe we are planning our system for a small installation, like a small theater or a small TV studio, and we want to add a node. So we could add a DIN-Rail node. You remember the Grandma 3 on PC 2-port node 2K in the DIN-Rail version, especially for fixed installation mounting. Again, this node adds 2048 parameters. So together with the on-PC command wing, we get again the maximum of 4096 parameters, which could be a very small and simple system for a small to mid-sized fixed installation. You can see we can combine all these different on-PC products to decide how big our system should be, to decide how many parameters we want to control and get the ultimate performance because we have the same software functionalities as on the bigger systems. Let's imagine we build up our simple on-PC control system. So using the on-PC software together with an on-PC node, for example, to get our DMX. But now we come to a situation where we want to use some external signals like MIDI or timecode to trigger our sequences or maybe some analog remote inputs. Normally we would need a kind of hardware where we can connect all these external signals to, so like our bigger consoles, for example. But we can use this with our system as well, because of a device which provides us these connections in our network. Let's have a look at the Grandma 3 I/O node. The Grandma 3 I/O node is the multi-tool of signal distribution within a Grandma 3 lighting control system. That means we can receive or send external signals, so we can make use of MIDI, timecode or analog remote signals, and they do not have to be connected directly to a console or to a command wing, but we can use this I/O node to connect it somewhere in our network. That means if we have our MIDI source somewhere on stage or somewhere where it is not nearly based to a console, then we can use the I/O node, connect it within the network and get the MIDI signal directly to our system. So this I/O node can be the ideal add-on to our network system if we want to take care of some external signals. It has the same housing as the Grandma 3 2 and 4-port nodes or as the on-PC nodes we had a look at some minutes ago already. The I/O node is also available as a Power over Ethernet version, and the display shows the status of all input and output signals. Let's have a look at the backside of the Grandma 3 I/O node. You can see the power connection, of course, the Ethernet connection to connect this I/O node to our network system, and we can see the connectors for the external signals. So we have the MIDI in and out connections, we have the LTC for SMPTE timecode, and we have the analog remote inputs. So we can make use of all of these external signals from somewhere in the network and bring it directly to our system. Let's come back to our first example of a simple control system where we have just an on-PC connected to an on-PC node. Now we just add the I/O node and we can immediately make use of all these external signals, even with a very simple and easy structured control system like this on-PC together with a node. So the system has not to contain some larger consoles or some big infrastructure. We can just add a simple I/O node to make use of external signals from wherever we want. Of course, to connect all of these three devices, we need a simple network switch in between. Let's talk about visualization. Our Granma 3 software offers us a 3D window, so our internal visualizer. But of course, sometimes we want to use some external visualizers. And especially in situations where we want to pre-program our show, this can lead to some issues because maybe we only have an on-PC or we do not have the full parameters available because we are not working on the full system we will have later on in the venue. Let's have a look at this small device which can help you to enable all the parameters you need for controlling the external visualizer. The Granma 3 Whiskey. The Granma 3 Whiskey is the unique solution for a connection between a third-party visualizer and Granma 3 lighting control systems. That means we offer one solution for all different third-party visualizers. They can get in contact with us and sign in for a Granma 3 Whiskey partnership. So we can connect via MANET 3 from our Granma 3 lighting control system to the external visualizer. The Granma 3 Whiskey then takes care that you can use all the necessary parameters that you need for your visualization. So at the end, the maximum of 250,000 parameters of a fully loaded Granma 3 system. As a nice addition, the Whiskey enables 512 parameters that can be output via DMX over Ethernet. This is especially useful when you want to make some real-life testings with some real fixtures, especially when you have a look at your 3D environment to match the 3D environment with the reality. On our homepage malighting.com you can find a lot of information about the Whiskey partnerships. At the moment there are 5 visualizers already which are signed in for the Granma 3 Whiskey partnership, which is Capture, Visivic, Carbon for Unreal, Depends 2 and Vectorworks Vision. And there will be definitely some more in the future. Let's have a look how the connection of the Whiskey works technically. First of all, we have our Granma 3 lighting control system. And we have a laptop or a PC where we are running our third-party visualizer. Now we can connect with the lighting control system to the laptop or to our PC via Ethernet. And of course you can use all the parameters which are given by the lighting control system to directly visualize your show in your third-party visualizer. The third-party visualizer connects via MANET 3 and we can use all the parameters which are available. In this case you can see a Granma 3 full size which offers us 12,000 DMX parameters. And of course we can use all these 12,000 parameters to control our external visualizer. But sometimes, of course, we need some more parameters to pre-visualize our show, because we have more than 12,000 parameters and we want to see all of the different fixtures in our third-party visualizer. Then the Whiskey comes into the game. When we connect the Whiskey now via the USB connection to the laptop or PC where we're running the third-party visualizer, the Whiskey acts as a dongle and it enables us all the parameters we can use in a maximum loaded Granma 3 lighting control system, which are 250,000 parameters. So you can see that even with a full size, you can control your third-party visualizer with all the necessary DMX parameters you need to pre-visualize your show. Think of a smaller system like a Granma 3 on-PC solution connected to a command wing, and you normally have 2048 DMX parameters. Again, when you connect to the third-party visualizer via MANet3 and then connect the WIS key, you can use the maximum of 250,000 DMX parameters. Even more, you only work with a laptop and you only run the Granma 3 on PC software, which offers no parameters. You can connect to the third-party visualizer, but you do not have the parameters to control the third-party visualizer in this case. When you have the Granma 3 WIS key connected, the red line again turns into yellow because the WIS key enables all the parameters we need. So you can see that even with a small on-PC system, you can control your external visualizer and you can pre-program your show for the maximum of 250,000 parameters. Let's come back to our simple system from the beginning. So with the Granma 3 on PC on the left side, a node which is connected on the right side and our I/O node to get some external signals. Now we add a laptop or a PC with the WIS key connected, and you can see with 4 devices and a really simple network, we have a fully loaded system. We can control the parameters the on-PC node offers us. We can use directly external signals somewhere in our network offered by the I/O node. And we can also use this system to pre-program even bigger shows using the WIS key as a dongle for the maximum amount of parameters in our Granma 3 lighting control. This is the ultimate performance of simple networks. And please do not forget, regarding the software features and functionalities in the on-PC software, there is no difference to the bigger consoles as well. So we have the full functionality, we have all the different software features we even have with our bigger systems. Next to the hard facts of all our devices, the network and the Granma 3 system, let's talk about our training and support possibilities we offer. As the German manufacturer and the development, we are always there for you and support you when you have issues with your system. So let's have a look what we can do for you. MA Lighting is a German manufacturer, but next to the research, development, the construction, we offer some training and support possibilities. Let's start with the MA University. In the MA University you can find the right training course for your MA product in your area. Together with our local distributors we offer some hands-on trainings which have the same content all over the world, and with our MA expert trainers we offer these hands-on trainings in your local area. But next to the hands-on trainings, you can also participate in our e-learning system. On the e-learning you can find a lot of online courses regarding the Granma 3 software or some other MA products. And of course, this can be a nice addition to a hands-on training or a training if you cannot attend a hands-on training because of time or travel issues. Next to the trainings and online courses, there are some more video tutorials with some tips and tricks around the Granma 3 software. Please have a look at this one, maybe they can be really helpful for you. And of course, we offer some online manuals where you can get detailed information on how to use your MA product in the best way. These online manuals are constantly updated, so you can be sure that you find the right information at the right time. In our community, you can share your knowledge and get help from other MA users. So please visit the MA forum, where you can meet other users, share your experience and get some help regarding some technical questions or some workflow issues you have. Furthermore, there is the MA fixture share, where you can find the right fixture type for your fixture. Of course, you know the problem that sometimes your fixture has a different software version and your fixture type does not match the DMX footprint in your console. Then please have a look at the fixture share and you will find the correct fixture type you need for your show. And of course, last but not least, when you have issues or problems on your production or in pre-programming, you can get in touch with us. You can contact us for any questions about your MA product, regarding the sales side or of course the technical side in our MA tech support. Therefore again, we are working with our MA distributors in your local area. But of course you can reach out to us directly for our worldwide MA tech support as well. And we offer a 24/7 hotline. So at any time when you have issues on your productions, you can directly call us and we are happy to help you with your problems. This was a short introduction into the ultimate performance of network systems and to our Granma 3 on PC range. I hope you could see that at the end we do not always need a very complex network infrastructure with many devices, but we can combine some clever and simple on-PC products to build up our lighting control system, even with external signals and visualization. So I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you very much for your attention, and if you want to get more information about this, please get in contact with your local MA distributor or us directly via help@malighting.com. Thank you very much.